Welcome to Aaron's 31 Days of Horror. Today, what I'd like to share with you this horrific day, my top 10 monster movies. Monster movies! This is all subjective, right? This is my own personal top 10 list, and I like to share why these films affected me. Not necessarily why they are better than other films, but they are in a top 10 list. I guess that they are somewhat better, but they're up in the way that they've affected me, or have lasted with me, or hit me in that kind of special place. And so monster movies, for me, what I really want to see is if there is this creature, a creature that's coming to get people, or a story about the creature itself that has created possibly a monster coming at you, right? Obviously, like, killers can be monsters, but these are actual fantastical, horrific monsters. I'm just going to give myself 30 seconds on each film, 10 to 1, and I'm just going to give you a little anecdote, a little story about me or my experience of why this film matters to me. So let's get going. Let's do this thing. I'm excited. Top 10 monster movies. Before we begin, I should also say films like Monsters, Inc. won't be on it, even though I love that, and they are monsters, but this is horror. They have to pass my horror markers. I have, if you don't know, a whole segment of Is It Horror? Finding out if these films are horror. So these have to hit at least 3 of the 5 markers of horror. As well as there will be light spoilers for you, light. But it'll be nothing that will ruin the films for you. I promise that part. Number 10. Cabin in the Woods. Wow, this film, what a fun film, right? What a fun film, what a fun concept, what a throwback, what a homage to the other horror monster movies, as well as some slashers, right? And what it really is, the monster in this is part of watching the film, so I'm going to get light spoilers, but never giving it away. It's just a fun horror movie, and it's not fun where it's like Terrifier, right? Where I'm like, that's so fun and it's gruesome. It's just fun, and it's meant to be fun, and it's made to help. It's made to scare you in a great way, but also has a great monster. Number 9, Nosferatu. This film, sumptuous, romantic, beautiful to look at, macabre in the best kinds of ways, and what a great monster that's in it. That's throughout it. It's not a surprise that's what we're going to see is this monster. And what a great callback to monster films while doing its own more modern day spin on it. It is just a great macabre film, but it's not scary. Well, depending on what scares you, right? But it's haunting. Number 8, Barbarian. Barbarian is twists and turns, baby, taking you left, right, up, down, everywhere. And then when we get to the monster, it's like almost like 2 or 3 different kinds of films in a great way. Kind of a la Psycho. I'm not going to give away too much, that's all I'll say. But the monster that we get at the ending of it, we don't ever really have a monster quite like them. Yeah. And has a great chase at the end of it. And you're never going to forget it. It's hard to talk about it, the monster of it all, without revealing the monster. So go see Barbarian. 7, The Ring. I know, wait, isn't The Ring kind of more paranormal? And I guess, yeah, right, it can be. But to me, it's a monster movie. And let me tell you why in my 30 seconds. Samara, the little girl, is a monster, acts like a monster. It is about her, and is she even really a living being anymore, really? She is that girl, that monster, the crawling out of the television, the hair in front of her face. She is a monster to me more than she is ghostly to me. She encapsulates kind of what a monster... Maybe we should do a segment that's about understanding what a monster is versus a ghost versus a killer, right? She is a monster to me. Samara? Can I say her name right? Is that right? You tell me. Did I say her name right, Samara? I want to say Sayumara. I'm not going to see you tomorrow. Weird. 6. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Okay, so Bram Stoker's Dracula really affected me as a child. I was so into horror, and I can remember my sister and her husband. I was small, and I had older siblings. Anyways, took me to the film. It was R-rated. I needed someone to take me to the film, and I loved Winona Ryder so much. So I was so excited. And it changed how I saw horror, because I thought horror was supposed to be scary. And it shocked me. It was a very serious film, very sexy film, very drama, long. A lot of people find it boring. But for me, as a little boy, it made me fall in love with Dracula in a whole new way. Francis Ford Coppola, 90s version. Made it to the top 5. In top five, I'm gonna have back-to-back vampire movies coming at ya. So number five, Interview with a Vampire, and I include vampires into monsters. So yes, this isn't necessarily. I find it to be a horror film, but again, subjective, right? Because it is a little bit more of a drama. Interview with the Vampire also really affected me. I fell in love with Kirsten Dunst. I thought I was in love with her. I was her age at the time, so as well as kind of made me fall in love with Brad Pitt, Tom Cruise, if I tell you, and the queer undertones, the love story that's kind of there but not there, but just how gruesome it was. It really hit me. It was really bloody, really gory, really horrific, and then Kirsten Dunst's performance on top of it all. Again, flaws. I know there's flaws in the film. I understand, but it did it for me as a young boy and has stayed with me. Number four, speaking of being a young boy watching monster movies, number four, The Monster Squad. Yes, it's number four. It's up there. It's up there more than some of the classics, but again, this is subjective. This is my list. This is what has hit me personally as a human being in my life. Number four, the silly PG-13 Monster Squad. Before we begin, I don't want to use the 30 seconds to like, who was this for? It was supposed to be for little children, but had really adult undertones about it. It's PG-13, but I don't know who this film was for, but I got to see it. And I remember, well, let's go. I remember as a little boy waiting at the video store. I loved to see the poster. I remember the poster in the window, but waiting at the video store for it to come. People had rented it out, and I just really couldn't. I had to wait for someone to return it because I just needed to see the film again. It introduced monsters to me as a little boy, so I didn't know really much about the Frankenstein monster. I didn't know much about Dracula. I didn't know much about the Mummy and the Wolfman. So it introduced them to me in a fun way. It's camp film. It is not serious. It's a silly film. It's probably not very good when I look back at it, but I still rewatch it. I rewatch it every Halloween season as a daytime horror that I watch while it's in the Halloween season. So for me and my experience and when it came into my life, it's got to be up there with the greats for me. The Monster Squad. All right. Number three, the 2017-18 It. Yes, It is a monster movie. Pennywise is a monster. This was fun to see with my friends. I'm with a big group of friends, and it was such a well done horror film. It could be psychological, I guess, horror, yeah, for sure. But Pennywise is such a great monster, and at the heart of this more than anything. And the way they did Pennywise, we were all nervous. Like, how can you top Tim Curry? Can you top Tim Curry? And Bill Skarsgård did, and the visual effects did, and made a new monster classic out of Pennywise. So number three. All right, it's time for number two of the horror monsters. Number two, yes, this is a monster movie. The Substance. Oh, come on. How is this not a monster movie? Monster Eliza Sue? How dare you? How dare you? I know that's kind of a light spoiler, but you don't even know what that means. And what a great monster she is. And then what really is the monster? Is Elizabeth herself the monster? Is the misogyny the monster? Is the patriarchy the monster? Is wanting to be a star the monster? Is Sue the monster? Like, it's all questionable, right? But that monster, we know her, we love her, she's everything. She is that girl, she is it. She is beauty and grace all rolled into one, Monster Eliza Sue. So when it came time to it, The Substance is probably one of my favorite films of all time. But these are like, I was like, okay, I have to really think about the monster quality about it, right? And I was going to give The Substance number one, but the one that is number one has been with me for a long time. So the years outruled the films in general. Number one is a favorite of mine. The Descent. This film is amazing. I love it. The monsters, and when they come out, cave diving women, spelunking into caves, claustrophobia is the monster. Then there's real live monsters down there as well. And then finding out the monstrous things that your friends that you thought you loved and trusted did. All while being in a dark, no lights cave. And the way the monster makes their first appearance and the way they move and kind of they slowly all become the monster, especially Sarah becomes like them, moving like them throughout. It freaked me out. I can remember the first jump scare. I can remember it visually, and I didn't see it in the theater, and I was so mad. I was like, I should have saw this in the theater. Bought the film right away, had it on DVD, showed it to anyone I could because it just came and went and didn't get the love, and I still don't think it's the love it deserves. Did not see number two, won't see number two. But the first one, The Descent, and I hear they're doing a reboot. Yeah, I think like the reboot is like about men, and it's gonna deal with that they're all women monsters or something like that. They go spelunking and then deal with misogyny in a different kind of way. Should be interesting concept. Yeah. So number one, The Descent, number one monster movie for me. So there we go. That's my top 10 horror monster films. I hope you enjoyed that. You know, these are just my subjective opinions. It was hard to kind of decipher like what should be in a monster category. Alien should be in there, Predator should be in there, but Predator feels more action-y to me, and Alien being a monster movie, and I know it's the first horror movie in space, so it is horror, but I just felt like it was more sci-fi. But of course, I love Aliens, of course I love Predators, and maybe I need to redo the list, very possible. But why don't you tell me in the comments what you think is a monster movie, or what I left out, or what I did right. You tell me, you let me know. Hit that subscribe button. Subscribing to my channel really helps, and it will warn you, it'll let you know when I post a video, and then you can come over and take a look. I love what scares you. What scares you is personal to you. What scares me is personal to me. The things that we've been through in our lives really tell the tale, right? When we saw a film. So let's not boo on each other's scare, right? I'm not going to tell you that you are wrong for liking a scary movie or a horror film. So don't tell me I'm wrong. What scares you is great. It's amazing. I love that about you. Happy Halloween.